Nanti ni.
Audience tak ada access.
Yeah.
1 minute before live, can you like say man? Because I'm in the middle of something. I takut I tak pasal masa.
Okay.
If it does get stuck, this echo. Is it for doctor? Okay, kalau if there is a problem, I'll turn on my mic. Then you can hear me. Berapa? So I'll just turn on my mic. I'll say okay. Hopefully everything okay. Yeah.
Siapa?
Okay, I will click 30-second punya countdown in a while. Maan?
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll speak up the answer. Because if you type, no one can see. Because no one can see the private chat.
Hello, hi, very good morning to everyone that is tuning in to Podium 1. Today, at 11 o'clock, we will be joining by Puan Nora Hamah Ishak from TM1. And the topic of her presentation that she is going to share today will be protecting your biggest asset with secured authentication. I will now give the floor to Puan Nora Hamah.
Introduction. Assalamualaikum and very good morning to all. So my name is Rahma Ishak. I'm the product owner or the AGM from Cyber Security Services, and under my portfolio will be for the digital identity. So what I will be presenting this today, that is all about how we can have secure authentication with the digital identity. So along the way, you will see some of the slides talk about some of the product for secure authentication, and also the product or the solution that related to it. Okay, let's start. So first of all, we are in the MCO environment and the pandemic of COVID-19. So we are enforced and rushed into the digital transformation that has contributed to the change of our landscape, the new normal, that what we said. That with this pandemic, we see a lot of limitation and also a lot of requirements, doubts. For example, that how we can reduce the physical contact in dealing with the customer, especially for the business that has customer, with the external parties, with the partners. So since there's a lot of online services, that how are we going to ensure the transactions are secured, and with that limitation for the physical contact, how we want to minimize our dependency for the physical documentation, and how we need to ensure that the documents that we sign are legally binded with the authentication provided. Meaning that when people sign your document online, it comes with the authenticity of the signers. Okay? And then again, we see that with COVID-19 in the whole world, the way people operate, we see a lot of requirement for digital tools, digital solution. People, especially the business, see that we need to consider the data, the information accessed and secured when accessed by all related parties, may it be from your internal parties or the external parties like your customers, your partners, your suppliers. Okay? So in order for you to have a secured digital transformation, you need to have a digital trust strategy. So what are among the thing of digital trust strategy is that you need to have digital trust. We consider that digital trust is the heart of digital economy. So what are the digital trust? There is that the trust towards the process, the resource, the governance, the gates, in order in the way of how you implement the digital transformation. So along the way, you see when you have the digital solution where you want your customer to use, it has to come with a digital trust by the user. So just I mentioned just now, the fast-paced digital transformation has been affecting a lot of users. Enterprise need to anticipate the pain point and the challenges. You see, like I mentioned that now we need to minimize the face-to-face physical verification, meaning that there's no more you meeting of the people to verify using their IC or any legal document to verify their identity, into ensuring the identity proofing, ensuring there's the authentication, authorization in signing of your document, establish your business agreement, and also to ensure the physical document verification. This whole thing, if we do not look into that, if you did not address this correctly, it certainly will have the impact to your business, the relationship of your business with your partners, with your suppliers. So this is something that you need to address properly and also efficiently. So what is secure authentication? So in security, authentication is a process how you verify someone or something that in fact access is declared to be, meaning that it has to be the right person to access for you to authenticate. You need to verify the identity of the user, the process they use, the devices, not only on the people but also the device they use to access to get the authentication, and as it will be the prerequisite for to allow those people the device to access your resource in your application, your portal. Okay. So let's see. What we see is that how you manage your security access is similar how you take care of the gate to your house, the access to your house. So we see that some people they want a beautiful good gate, but with lack of security measure there. So the similar to your business, to your access to your apps, to your system, you need to ensure that whether the gates for your user, your customer will protect you from the unauthorized access. How many layers you want to put on the security to access your application, your infrastructure, whether it complies to the digital ID policy for the user that you already provided them with digital ID to access, and how are you going to manage the threat to access your application. So all these things will be determined based on how you address this thing, how serious you want the access to be secured, what will be your budget like, and what sort of business you are running, because certain business will have a different threat coming from outside to penetrate the access. Different business will address differently the authentication to access their application or their portal. So one of the things that we provide is the multi-factor authentication that you can put in place to your system in ensuring the access are legitimate by the intended person or the authenticated person. That with that we introduce you blockchain secure authentication, or sometimes we call it BSA. So what is BSA? Is an unbreakable, easy and fast authentication solution. This technology we partner with a Korean company that provide the safeguarding of your access point, and you can be confident and have peace of mind, because BSA is built via next generation security technology using cross-industry authentication to boost your security trust and user adoption. With network security base of unique blockchain, BSA is building global authentication ecosystem that are secured. So we are confident that with BSA, the solution can ensure security in authentication for the user access. BSA provide you stronger security with one is that passwordless authentication, where your user do not have to remember the password. This will also enhance your user experience, and also non-hacking mobile environment. This will provide the user secure feeling or trust in accessing your application. Using blockchain verification technology will provide the fast verification. We promise within like less than 3 seconds you can get the authentication to access the system. And using multi-factor authentication, you can choose how many layers you want to embed it in the solution, whether you want to use only 1 layer, 2 layers or more, so that this address the risk of any hackers to access your system. So how does BSA works? So first of all, when I mentioned the access is that where your user want to access, for example, your website, your portal, or your application. It might be your mobile application. So from here you see they just put their login. No need the password. So let's say the user do not have to remember multiple password, and you do not have to enforce the password policy in your system. See how many cost saving you can have, because you can reduce the people to manage your password policy. Not only that, you can enhance customer experience, because they will not have to remember the password, will not have to adhere to the password policy. They just use the login and access to the system using BSA authentication. They can use either the biometric, or if they use iPhone, iOS, they can use their face recognition. So let's say they access to using their mobile, they can use the access and go to the landing web page. Or let's say they want to have more authentication, and then they can use additional multi-factor authentication. Perhaps they can use icon or a PIN number. So one thing is that they do not have to remember so many words or numbers. They just choose from the pictures. So then straight to basically we allow them to access to go to the landing page if they are the authenticated user. If they are the genuine user that has the login and has the multi-factor authentication with them. Okay, see how simple. And with that, first what we will verify are the handphone or their smartphone to ensure that they are the right person, because when they register as the user with the BSA, we will capture the information, we will encrypt and concise the information to make it secure for the user. So this give the warranty unhackable or unpenetrable for the hackers to hack the devices. Then with the biometric, they do not have to remember the password, and also this will avoid the attempt for identity theft. There are many cases that the hacker managed to get their password. So without password, we can avoid the password theft that always been the case and impacted the user with the loss of money, because some of them will have the illegal money transaction from their bank account or also unauthorized access to the account. Okay, so with BSA, then we also have our TM1 digital signature. This platform will provide a verify or the secure digital signature platform in providing authentication for digital signing. We have the solution that come with that comply to MCMC Digital Signature Act 1997, because we are one of the certification authority, the CA from MCMC. So our solution, we use the one-way cryptographic hash that will encrypt the key, the signer or the private key. So all signer access our digital signature platform will be authenticated with this private key ID, and this to ensure that the integrity and authenticity of the digital document when they put down their signature. So this solution provide the proof of identity for the non-repudiation. For what non-repudiation means, that the signer cannot deny that they signed on the document because it comes with their digital ID. And second, that the signature cannot be simply copied and pasted to any document. It can only be used in the system by the right person, by the authenticated user, by the authenticated signer. So all of this ensures security of the document or any agreement to be signed. So this is the digital ID. What does it mean? That similar to your IC, for any digital transaction, online transaction with digital ID is enabled for you to be recognized or to access the system, similar to when we use my card, when we use our driver license. So we use digital ID to enable access to the for example, to the digital document, access to any solution. Okay. Okay, for secure authentication is required horizontally. It doesn't mean that only for the banking, only for the government sector, but also it requires horizontally in any industry, manufacturing, healthcare, logistics, motor industry, property, because you see everybody need to have authentication, secure authentication, either to access their internal system or accessed by the external customer to their solution. And when you have your business, obviously we need to do some document signing, agreement signing. So with our M1 digital signature, it's ensured that when you want to sign, we have this platform that provide the authentication, the secure authentication for digital signing. Okay, we have done design thinking previously with some of the industry, so we provide you example. So here we have two personas for the industry. One will be the customer, second will be the internal employee, where you see how the customer and the employees can use BSA and use digital ID, TM1 digital signature in making a positive impact to their business, providing digital trust solution, and most importantly, enhance customer experience. Okay, first we have uh, the customer where they want to do two business. We call it journey. With two journey, one is to for account registration to subscribe the services, and second to have online loan application. And as for the employee, they want to have the solution for employees budget request and approval for the digital signature platform. Okay, so simple case scenario for digital solution, especially when you want to have a digital transformation, is first is that how you want to onboard the user. So what you can do is perhaps use face recognition solution to onboard a user, and this face recognition can verify the user with a legal document. For example, you can use IC, and then from that legal document, you can use for creation or registration of your digital ID. Then you can also register for BSA to ensure that later on when you access or the customer access to the portal, they can use BSA for authentication, accessing the portal. So at the end, for the document signing, you can finalize it using TM1 digital signature. Okay, but however, we need to note that before you can provide authentication to access to the system using BSA, accessing TM1 digital signature, perhaps you need to ensure that there's security embedded in accessing your portal application on or your application for online application or transaction. So we always say that prevention is the best protection. So first of all, your IT security admin has to ensure that the security access to all the portal are there. With the proper security tools, you can ensure that the access is secured. So we have you here are two sample of premium security tool that can provide additional authentication to access the apps. One would be the MWAF, Managed Web Application Firewall, that create a set of rules, design and protect the website, blocking from any illegal attempt or any illegal traffic from accessing your web, and also SSL, secured socket layer, that as a standard technology keeping internet connection secure. Okay, how MWAF works is that it provides the access from inbound and outbound inspection. It will check all those access, whether these are the genuine access. Is there any attempt by the hackers? Is this then attempt for somebody to penetrate your firewall or will impact your data loss? For example, a loss of your credit card information for the banking. Somebody might steal your IC number to use in other purpose. Also, MWA will provide you the proactive detection and also to prevent the data loss. So what will be the value of our MWA solution? One of it is we have all-in-one application security platform. Not only MWA, we have DDoS protection in our MWAs. load and balancing, so server health monitoring and authentication and access control. And we guarantee customer satisfaction as always. As one of the culture TM1 have provided is guarantee customer satisfaction. We also have managed 24/7 by our SOC, Security Operation Center, that will proactively help to support and protect the customer web application portal. And also we provide high performance by certified or MWAF engineers. We partner with top MWAF solution partners that part of a Gartner. And best of all is we also provide a flexible platform. Not only we can provide you MWAF on premise or using appliance, we also can provide you MWAF virtual MWAF on cloud. You can select whether your which cloud you want. Even the best is that you subscribe our cloud, because we are the only one internal mention cloud provider. So with that, we can guarantee our cloud is ISO certified. So we can provide you high performance MWAF solution. And what is SSL? SSL provide you another layer, the socket layer. If MWAF provide the security on the application layer, SSL provide on the socket layer to your system, access your system. So how do you know that you will have SSL? Is that customer can know when they look into your website, your URL, so they can see if your website does not have HTTPS, the secured HTTP, then they know the access to your portal, your website is not secure. So if you have SSL, it provide the visitor trust point. The customer, the user will have more trust to access. And we also provide the best SSL encryption for you. And one thing you need to remember is sometimes when your customer want to search your business from Google, Google only provide the output for the search only for the website or application that has SSL. So you need to ensure your business sustainable, to ensure that the user can access your information from when they do Google search. You need to ensure your website has SSL, and is also supported by our SOC 24/7. We guarantee customer satisfaction, and also we provide you high performance and high service delivery for our comprehensive scopes for you. So for both solution, MWAF and SSL, for you, if you interested, please contact our sales, that our account manager that taking care of your company for further engagement with us, so that you will know more about MWAF and SSL. Okay, that's a side of authentication. Now we come back to BSA. We come back to BSA for blockchain secure authentication. We guarantee that it provides secure and convenience authentication, accessing not only the portal but also the back end of your system for their daily tasks. For example, there are people from your top management, the C level, who want to access the HR system, your contract repository system, or even your finance system. They can use BSA. In fact, it can be used also by external customer if they want to see access the customer portal, or even your supplier if they have an agreement with you, or if they want to upload the invoices, they can use BSA for authentication. So you will be rest assured that anybody who access your system, backend system, portal, web application using BSA will ensure that the access will be authenticated and will also penetrate any hacking on by the external parties. Okay. And let's say if you have SSO, BSA can be the point where integrate to your SSO. Let's say if you use AD, if you use Active Directory as your part of your SSO, BSA can be used to provide another multi-factor authentication, or nowadays people call it MFA. So, or you can replace your SSO with BSA. There you see some cost saving because BSA will have more attractive business model, and it provide you more secure and convenient authentication. Okay. Okay, we go back to the access of our storyline by the customer when they want to access your system via BSA. First is that they will log in to your portal. So they provide, let's say they provide their ID, only just login ID without having to key in the password. So we will prompt out the notification to say that the user access your access is secured with BSA as our first authentication. We verify your device, your smartphone. Okay. Next, we will provide you a push notification to show that there's an attempt to access the system. So from there, you can deny the attempt if you see that this access or this attempt is not from you. So from there, you will see that there are somebody trying to access this portal using your ID. So you know. But if this attempt is done by you, you can provide the approval for authentication, whether you want to use your thumbprint or you want to use the icon. This is where we say another layer of authentication. First layer will be the verification of your mobile phone. Second layer will be verification using your biometric or the icon. So let's say you choose biometric, so you will put your thumbprint, or using iPhone, you will just can use your face recognition. So this will be part of the third authentication factor. First factor will use your ID and the devices, and now biometric. Okay. And then the customer can access the agreement sign off. So what will be the journey for the customer to access service agreement sign off is that they need to create account, first register BSA. What they can do is they can download the BSA from Play Store, Google Play, Apple Store, and then they can register, and then they will be provided with digital ID. So upon approval of online identity verification, meaning that they are successfully registered to BSA and the system, so they can access the agreement. They can verify the agreement and provide their signature for approval. Let's say this is the customer to want to apply a loan, so they can use BSA to access your company portal using their digital ID, and your officer, the financial officer, can provide approval to the loan via our TM1 digital signature. Okay. So this is a sample of the service agreement between your company and your customer, you or with the banking. So you can see this all can be done online. So approval activity here, where there can be a two-party to sign the agreement, or it can be more. So you just select how many parties, you just assign the workflow, and then each people will be informed, or will be notified that they need to sign the agreement. Okay, this is a second journey where the sample of journey for first agreement signing. So you see, just very straightforward. Your employee access BSA for authentication, and then they register their phone number, review the loan application via TM1 digital signature platform, because we provide the portal for them, and then they can the officer, the financial officer, can put down their signature and the loan will be approved. Just a very straightforward with just about 5 activities, the loan will be approved. Okay, this is the sample where the signature will be put online. So you see these are the signature people that involved in the service agreement. Okay, one thing what good about digital signature is that you can do e-stamping. Nowadays, especially LHDN has closed their counter to do the physical stamping. They only allow the e-stamping. So using our digital signature platform, you can take that document that we have generated using the PDF file embedded with your digital ID. Then you can go to the portal of LHDN e-stamping portal, and you can upload that signed document, and then you just wait for LHDN to approve the document for stamping. So there will be charges towards you, similar to the charges when you do the physical stamping. But what great about it that you can do this stamping at your office, at home, with the benefit only requirement for internet connectivity. So all can be done, and this document is legal to the court of law. Okay, because why is considered legal to the court of law? Because all signature can be verified once it use the proper digital signature platform like our TM1 digital signature platform. So this is another journey where the employees request the budget. So approval where what the staff, let's say they want to have an event or they want to purchase something, they will request a budget. So what they need to do is upload the document on the digital signature platform, and they will sign online as the applicator to put the application, and then their head of department, the bosses, the GM can do an approval. So one thing that we can include an additional authentication layer where before the head of department, the approver can sign, need to sign, we can add additional authentication where the push notification will be sent to their mobile phone to ensure that they are the right person to provide the approval signature. So then after the document or after the budget application is approved by the head of department, so perhaps the chief of finance officer or the financial controller need to approve it and allocate the budget. So the same thing he can do, access the portal website and download the document for signature. And at this point also we can have additional BSA to provide the additional authentication, so that another security to ensure that this is the right person from finance department to provide approval for the request. So all of this you see the layer of authentication that you can select whether you want to have first authentication at access when the user access the portal, or you can have multiple authentication based on your requirement. You see, if you see this request need additional security layer, then you can add the authentication using BSA at this each of the activity. So this is another sample of our TM1 digital signature portal, where you can see when you access our portal, you can see all those document pending for your signature, and also the audit trail, how many documents you have signed, all those historical documents signed by you. So when you access to the portal, let's say you, because some customer they do not have the system for the user to access the portal, so we will provide the signing portal, so they can upload the portal, the document here, they can assign the signers, and then for the signer that have been selected to sign, they can click the three dot to start signing of the document, and then they can put their signature in the signing portal and click submit. Next, for them to proceed, and then from in modular, you just select based on your requirement. Just as I mentioned, our solution is hosted in our TM1 World Data Center in Klang Valley, and also in Brickfield. We also have our data center in Nusa Jaya. So and we proudly to say that we provide the world-class cloud, and we are selected cloud service provider by for My Digital. And our solution, our TM1 digital signature is compliance to MCMC Digital Signature Act. So the document signed is legal to the court of law, where we can prove the authenticity of the signers. And with that, we also enable to enhance the business and image. We can do white labeling with our design. We have our own